Hello everybody, and thank you for joining us today. We've got Karen and myself, Jenna, from Stretch Pilates, and today we're going to do an abdominal focused workout. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but mat Pilates is 90% abs, abs, abs. So you might be pleasantly surprised as what counts as an abdominal focused workout. I think we're going to delight you today. So we start with hands just relaxed at your sides, palms face in. Then nod your chin towards your chest just to bring awareness into the bones of your back, round your spine, drawing in your belly button, finding a stretch on the back body. So you have to ask the back of your body permission to shorten the front. You have to have a willing participant in that back body line. Inhale and then exhale to roll yourself back up to standing. So curling the tailbone down the back of your legs and unraveling segmentally through your spine. And then we'll go again, chin to chest, and roll yourself down. Good. There's a slight softness in your knees, which allows for you to tuck your tail even more against those taut hamstrings. I'm going to ask that you all lean forward in this process so that you're teetering on the front of your forefoot, and you'll feel you have to really work hard to keep your balance, and then use your tummy muscles to draw you back into roundness, most acute roundness that you can create, and then unravel up to standing. So it's an easy awakening of the front body. And then you'll step down forward onto your mat, so taking a seat on your mat. We're going to start with your arms reaching out forward in front of you. Palms can be down for this one. And then notice how your wrists might want to cock. You need to have an awareness of strength in the forearms. Instead of energy out of the fingers with your fingers aiming up, we want to reach with a little bit of a strong palm, a little bit of a core in the forearm. And then press your feet down into your mat and draw in your navel to spine. It's a feeling of cinching the waistline in and up under your ribs. So holding your high C, a high curve in the spine, and then the shoulders are on your back, nice and firmly on your back. So the C is genuinely spinal as opposed to the C being from slumping. You are finding energy and length in your C. And then you start to roll back in roundness, keeping the rib cage pulled slightly off the hips in the roundness. Lean back, and then hold it. As you feel your feet want to lift, you keep the pressure through the feet and come back up. Inhale here, and then exhale to once again draw back, finding extra space between the bones in your back. That lengthening, that two-way stretch really helps you get the correct muscles to fire. And come back up. You want to take yourself to the place where you feel your tummy muscles are either going to blow or go, or your feet are going to lift, and then lean back. But we're building grit and resilience there. We're going to the place, and then we're still holding on and finding integrity. So don't blow, don't lift your feet, come back up. And so if we are keen to challenge that, let's go back again. How's about we start playing with the levers in the body? So right arm is just going to lift straight up past your ear. Yes, and you have to stay at the same height. We lower the arm. Left arm comes past your ear, and you lower the arm and come back up. So we made you heavier. Let's do one more like that. Lean back. We keep pressing the feet into the floor. And we'll start with left arm, and down. Keep roundness, keep scooping, keep the height. Right arm now, and down, and then use your tummy to come back up. Good. Flip the palms in. There's some fat chats happening outside our door. Really hopeful no one can hear, but folks are having fun. Lean back. It's good because it's cleaning. They're cleaning. Keep scooping. And so now your right arm's going to open to the right hand side. So you've got to stay on center. You can't move off center. So come back, and then left arm goes out to the side. Yes, but keep the elongated C curve. Come back and come back up with your feet pressing down. Okay, we can do it again, but left arm goes first. So lean back first. Find that precipice. You're on the edge. Left arm opens and closes. Right arm opens and closes. And then you come back up. And well done. I did notice you changed those fingers. So we love the fingers all flush. So I don't want hijacking thumbs or hitchhiking. Hitchhiking thumbs, because it creates a different tension in the forearm, and that translates through the body. So we are pedantic, every hair on your head, just because you might find a way to actually work yourself more and better. Okay, we're going to lie down now. So get enough space behind you. Come forward for me. And we will lower ourselves slowly and with care and with integrity and with scapula on your back and with roundness in your tail and land. Awesome. The pelvis is naturally placed now. So you are where you are. But I want you to realize that you could be in neutral, you might be out of neutral when it comes to both your pelvis and the rest of the bones of your back. So if the pelvis is out of neutral, then there's no way to tell how the spine is actually lying. You can't assess the spine. Your foundation is your pelvis. We begin in the pelvis. So let's tuck and untuck the pelvis, whereby you squash the bones of your lower back into the floor. You peel your coccyx off the ground slightly, and you try and scoop your tummy muscles up and under your ribs. You're hollowing your abdomen, and you're in the same position that you would be in if you were tucking your tail like a naughty puppy. Okay. And then untuck the tail and create a big hollow in your lower back. Create that hollow. Good. Let's tuck and imprint the pelvis and the lumbar spine, and then untuck. So we're moving from what we call an anterior tilt in the pelvis into a posterior pelvic tilt. So do a few, and it's okay to enjoy and just commit to it and be present. Even though it feels like a relatively simple move, you could probably refine this move as you increase your capacity for activating the correct thing. So in the beginning, it lands up being quite a bullying move where you feel your abs working hard. But I don't want them to work hard. I want them to work well. So eventually you refine it, and it becomes quite an internal movement directive, where you're using your transverse abdominis muscle to initiate that curling, instead of using all the movers and the shakers of the body to ramp open the pelvis and untuck the pelvis. So you want to find neutral, which is middle ground, and then hold your middle ground. Now you'll bring attention to the rest of the bones of your back. And so depending on how your back, the tension in the muscles of the back and how your back is at rest, you may find that your back is flat on the floor, or you may find that you have a hollow in your spine, and the hollow could exceed your ribs, or maybe it isn't. So it's very different, very individual. I would like you to keep your tailbone down on the floor, not tucked, but rather pressed, so that there's a connection in your sit bones to the ground on either side of your pelvis. And you maintain that. So you're going to put a little pin in it, and that's not going to change. The next cue is stacked on top of that one, where your tail is down and your sit bones are down. You will realize that the 11th and 12th rib needs to touch the ground. So you need to press your sternum into the floor and feel what it feels like to have the hollow in your low back shorten slightly, so that it doesn't exceed your sternum, your bra, or your heart rate monitor belt. Okay? It's a small hollow, no bigger than the palm of my hand. And the rest of the bones of your back have to imprint until we get to the neck. The neck can have a hollow. And then relax completely. And so we took you to what is termed a neutral spine, but it sure felt like work. So the tailbone is pressed into the ground, the sit bones are pressed into the ground, your pelvis is in neutral, the hollow in your low back is a palm, and the ribs are shoved down into the ground. Shoulders hopefully are still open, although they want to teeter forward, and you have a little hollow in your neck. Now that's neutral. Fantastic. Take your hands up to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers. Place them underneath your head. Press your heavy head into your hands. So rest your head down. The elbows are slightly lifted. And on an out breath, we lift head and chest up into the chest lift. It's an exhale to lift, and then you wait there while breathing in. And it's hard to breathe in and maintain height, which is great. And then exhale to lower down. And that's awesome, but probably shy of the height I want. So come up for me. I need you to try and clear the shoulder blades. So that's tough. Go back down again. You need outside help. Come on up. Grab the back of your legs. Keep that pin in the tailbone and the sit bones. Make sure you're neutral. So you need to drop your bum into the floor. Yes, and get height with your stomach muscles and your hands, not with your naughty tail tucking. Good, stay there. Hands move back behind your head, and you lower yourself back down, and you haven't sacrificed your tail. Okay, exhale, lift head and chest. Grab the back of your legs without changing the pelvis. Use the stomach muscle and the arms to help lift into flexion of your spine, not flexion of your pelvis. Take your hands back behind your head. Push your heavy head into your hands and lower yourself down. Don't let your heavy head move more of you forward and feel better about it. Okay, lift head and chest. Hands move behind your legs, yank up. Put hands back behind your head, shove heavy head into hands, keep height. Lower yourself down. One more, lift head and chest. Grab back of legs and pull up. Take hands behind your head. Fantastic. Stay there. Don't lie down. Come up if you did lie down. Rotate your chest to the right, twisting to the right. Crunch higher. Crunch higher. Good. Come back to center. Come left. Don't open your armpit. Come crunching more. Yes, pull the whole of you towards that left thigh. And then back to the middle. Crunch right. Come back to the middle, crunch left. Good. Keep pulling both armpits to this hip, the left hip. Come to center and then lie down. Good. Right leg to tabletop, hands at your sides, palms down. Suck in your tummy. Don't let the tummy bulge like we did in our first series. We tried to keep the tummy scooped and hollowed, 30% activation. Lift the left leg to tabletop. That's awesome. Keep squeezing the legs together, sucking in your tummy. On an out breath, you straighten one leg to the ceiling. So just your right leg straightens up to the ceiling, no bulging in your tummy. Shoulders are down. Reach the hands long. Okay. If you're battling here, bend the knee. Bend your knee. Cool. You can put your hands underneath your sit bones, and that just takes a little bit of pressure off. But you still want to suck in your tummy. Straighten the left leg. Excellent. And bend. And then you can continue to toggle between the two legs, or you could do both legs at the same time, extending both legs up to the ceiling and bending. What I like about it is you actually have to care about the thigh bone in space, and so you're increasing the length of your lever again. So we're changing levers. So you have the strong abdominal activation, but you're challenging yourself with lever length. And so it's not always about curling into roundness. Sometimes it's about holding stability and adding challenge. Last one, we lift the legs up to the ceiling, and this is quite nice. You're going to take your hands out from behind your bottom if they were there, and walk your hands up your legs, pulling yourself up in roundness. So lift head and chest. Good. It's a little stretch, but actually it's a big strengthen. Suck in your belly. Keep your head positioned slightly back so that it's in line. It adds to the challenge. And commit both hands to your right calf while your left leg reaches along the floor but doesn't quite touch it. You stay there. You've given you a pole. You're climbing the pole. That's great. Pull the pole towards you twice. 1, 2. Can you scissor the legs in the air and grab the other leg? Yes. 1, 2. Carry on. Now, if this is too heavy, the levers are too long, it's too much, then you can have a bent leg and do it with a bent leg. Show us bent leg. So the leg bends and you can grab the shin, or the behind the leg is also fine, and you pull it twice, and then you do the same thing and you pull it twice. So you're welcome to have a bent lever, and then you're still up in your flexion. You're You're holding roundness and you're jawling. You're being entertained with the legs while the roundness is being maintained. Last one, and you can lie down, hugging the knees into your chest and give yourself reprieve. You can turn your head to the right and come back to center. You can turn your head to the left and come back to center. One more right and center. One more left and back to the middle. You'll put your feet back down on the floor. And we're going to work your obliques. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Yes. And then take your hands slightly off the mat, out to the side. So either just off the mat, or you're welcome to put them in a T. It's just to get your hands out of the way. On an inhale, we tip the right knee to the floor. So you let your legs go until your right knee gets to the ground, and you take your hips with you, and your spine twists, and it feels good in the body. Well, it should. If it doesn't feel good, you might need to make a few adjustments. Common adjustments would be draw in your navel more, tuck your tail a little bit, drop your ribs down, just so that you have comfort in the bones of your back. It's not a pepper grinder action. We want to have your stomach working. And then you will wrap your body back up to center, exhaling as you do so. We'll go again to that side. Inhale to the right side again. You allow your spine to go into a twist, like you're wringing out a towel. And then you exhale to come back to center. And then inhale to go over to the side. And exhale to pull back to center. Inhale to go over. And last one, exhale to center. We'll lower that right foot down to the floor and then cross the left ankle over the right knee. And on an inhale, you come over. And exhale back. And inhale over. Now when you wrap back, really pull the ribs in, the abs in, and keep length of your two waistlines. You don't want to shrink into one side body over the other. And we'll do two more. If you feel you're putting too much tension in the shoulders, you can just turn your palms up. Then you could even try this exercise with the arms in the air one day. I mean, it's too little too late, Jen, but it is nice to change your arms so that you have less help. And that's enough. Lower the foot. We squeeze the legs together and keep your feet stacked one next to the other. On an inhale, hands still out. Take your legs over to the right-hand side. So you flop the knees now all the way. The hips are stacked one on top of the other, and you got to grow your left knee so that you get more of a stretch, but you also are going to get more of a strengthen. You'll extend the left leg long, okay, and reach the toes even longer. Good. Pull yourself back with those thighs cinched together. So you exhale to pull back, and we've got a different kind of lever. Then bend the left knee. Come over to the left-hand side. Keep the knees stuck together. There's no shifting or sliding. So you need to make the assumption that you shifted, and you've got to drag that knee. And then extend the leg, longest, and exhale to pull yourself back. And then bend the knee. Over you go to the right. Yes, for keeping the knees together, shoulders on the ground. Watch out for that little shoulder tightness. Extending your left leg now, cinching the thighs together. It's an exhale to pull yourself back up, ribs down. And your last one to the left-hand side. Inhale, you come to me, extending the leg like along, and reach it further because you don't realize you've slipped. And then exhale to pull back. Leave the right leg in the air, like a long lever. Hands up to the ceiling. And now you're going to lift head and chest and attempt on an inhale to come to me. Up, 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 up. Sit up all the way. Up, up, up. That's fantastic. Shoulders on your back. And then lower yourself down on an exhale. Good. Take your arms all the way over your head and feel a two-way stretch in your stomach. You're reaching those arms, but you want to activate the tummy muscle, so you're creating a stretch. Come up. It's an inhale to come up to seated. It feels strange to do it, but that's the way, and I want to teach you the proper Pilates way. This is an iconic move, or half of one. Normally both legs are in the air. Next week, lower yourself down, and we'll do one more. And inhale, you come up, 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 up. It's okay if you get halfway and you got to go down again. It's not a problem. And lower yourself down. Yeah, she's resting. Good. Keep the arms there. Lower the right knee, or the foot rather. Extend the left leg. Now we come up. It's an inhale. Look, there might be some momentum here because we're human. There's definitely a bit of foot lifting. Squash the foot. And then less finger pressure. Yeah. And even the toes. You're going to lose energy if you point them too hard. Spread them and demi-point them. So it's like this cramp-inducing point. I love it. Come up on an inhale. Up, 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 up. There was a bit of momentum, but it's okay. Forgiven, forgiven. And lower. You see, it's a process. This is a journey. It's a personal practice. Come on up. Some days feel better than others. And this is a Mursa challenge. And then roll yourself back down. Fantastic. Arms are overhead. You're going to bend the left knee. And we'll take the arms over to your sides. Right leg to tabletop. Suck in the tummy, hands press down. Left leg to tabletop. Squash the legs together. And hands can stay at your sides. That's absolutely fine. Over you go to the right-hand side with both legs moving over, tipping your feet, your knees over in a spine twist supine, and then come back. And then over to the left-hand side. Inhale, shoulders down. It's actually nice and hard. Exhale, come back. Often we do this with the arms in a T, but it is also done with your hands at your sides. And then exhale, come back. Inhale to me. And you could do it if you need to with your feet on the floor. It's not a problem. Hands go back up to the ceiling. Arms go over your head. On an exhale, you come into a chest lift, but with your hands moving through space as if space was heavy and thick like a toffee. And you stay crunched. You reach a little further and you lift your arms high up to the ceiling. Get height in your torso. Up with your arms. Up with your arms. Take your arms past your ears, and now you may lie down. Option to put your feet on the floor and carry on the exercise. Exhale to come up. Up. Reaching those hands. And then the arms go up. And you get to lie down. Sticky toffee. Up you come. All the way through that thick air. You make it look harder than it is. And then lift. And Karen's making it look easier than it is. And exhale. And last one, the arms go up. And keep your arms there. Lower your right leg to the floor. Stretch them. Left leg to the floor. Another roll up. Oh, guys, please don't feel bad about yourselves if you can't do a roll up. It's okay. It's a journey. Hands up to the ceiling. Squash your back into the floor. Lift your head. Lift your chest. And so we'll roll bone by bone, like you're peeling yourself off the mat, and you come up. Excellent. Many, many ways to skin this cat, okay? You want to keep a little bit of height in your body. You want to keep your shoulders down your back, and then softness in your hands, palm engaged a little bit more. Pretend I punched you in the gut as you roll back. Good. We keep the legs stuck. And you curl, and you curl, and you curl, and you take your arms over your head, but only so far that you keep your ribs down. So you'll notice your hands cannot get to the mat unless you have some double jointed elbows and shoulders happening. I'd like to encourage you now to flex your feet up towards the ceiling so that your heels dig into the ground. And then lift your hands, let your head and heart follow. Imprint your spine, come up, 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 and reach slightly forward, but hollow, like pick your body up over imaginary barbed wire. Shoulders down, and then lower yourself back down, imprinting the spine. Yes. Are we going to do an evil one where we try and keep the hands high? So you lift your hands up to the ceiling and you pick yourself up from about here. So do not lower your hands. Yes, and then go over. That's cool. Hands can reach somewhat forward. Fine. Leave them there by your ears. And then go back with your hands quite high. So lean back, sucking in your tummy. And you see the lever. We made life worse by making the top half heavy. And well done. Excellent. You're going to flip over onto your tummy. Hands against the sides of your thighs. And so the antidote to all the tummy is a little bit of back. Can you keep your glutes relaxed? Lift the tips of your shoulders up off the floor. So don't lift your spine. Just pick up your shoulder tips, squeezing your scapula and your blades together. Squash your watch straps against the side of your thigh and hover your nose and your face just off the floor. And then relax. And so we'll go again. Inhale to lift, head and chest, squashing your wrists and your elbows into your side body. And lie down. And you'll go again. Inhale, we lift, head and heart. Squash yourself there. Roll the shoulder blades down your back. And relax. And one more. Inhale, we lift. Up, 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 up. And then you can come down, push back into a rest position. So a rest position is where you put your bottom on your heels and you allow your back just to open like a can opener. And you're giving yourself a stretch between each one of the bones of your back. And so for most of us, it looks like this prayer stretch with your hands forward and your air drags into your back to help stretch you. And there are different versions of this where we can take the hands, please, for a second behind your heels and you tuck in your chin and you lift your bones up slightly, chin in the most it can be. So you're going to really stretch your back here. Okay, so there's an option of doing this stretch in some of the more advanced classes, but it might not be for you for today or ever. That's also okay. And then you're going to relax completely. Well done.